Hi, and welcome to another video by Get It Done Home Repairs. Today's project, we're going to be replacing this dishwasher with a new one. Now, we did go into the garage and we turned off the circuit breaker for this unit here, so we know that there is no power in this unit whatsoever. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to go underneath the sink right here. We're going to turn off our water supply line that leads into the dishwasher, and we're going to disconnect our drain tube, which connects up to the sink itself. All right, so let's get underneath there. We're going to have a bucket to catch water, because when we do remove it, we are going to lose a little bit of water. So we are going to have a bucket there to catch the water underneath the bottom. And after we do that, we'll go underneath here and we'll disconnect everything else. All right, so let's get in there and let's get started and get this job done. Now we're going to come in and we're going to shut off our water supply line, and we know that this one is the supply line that goes to the dishwasher, because as you can see, it goes through the opening here. Don't confuse it with your other line that goes up to the sink itself. All right, so this is the one we're going to shut off. We're going to turn it off all the way, and then we're going to remove this right here. Now, as I said, have a bucket here, because all of the water that's in this line, it's going to come out someplace, and you want to make sure it goes into a bucket. All right, so let's turn this valve off here first. Okay, so that's off. Now be careful, because sometimes valves will not turn off all the way. So have a container underneath here just in case it continues to drip. Okay, but let's do this one first. We're going to disconnect this one now with just a regular flathead screwdriver. We're going to come in here and loosen this up. All right, we'll just pull this back out of the way. We're going to turn it and we're going to pull it off like that. Just a little bit of water, not too much. We are going to get a little more, just so you know. But for now, we're just going to put this off to the side just like this. And now we're going to disconnect that other one. In the back, we're going to slide something underneath here, and we're going to make sure you loosen up this 5/8 fitting very slowly, just in case this comes squirting out all over the place. Now you see it's dripping just a little bit. Okay, now I can tell that this valve closed pretty well, because we don't have any water coming out. If the valve wasn't closed all the way, we'd have water squirting out through here. And if that's the case, you would just tighten it back up and then go down and shut your main water supply off to the house. But we don't have to worry about that now. It's shut off okay. Okay, and now we have that totally disconnected. We're going to let these drain out just a little bit more, and then we'll go underneath and disconnect the dishwasher. We're going to be taking out that screw right there. We're going to take out this screw here, one more here, and the last one down on the bottom right over here. And that'll remove these two panels to give us access to the electrical, as well as the water supply line. So let's take these screws out. Panel should come off like this, and this panel will come out as well like this. Let's get rid of these and we'll come back in and we'll disconnect the rest of it. Okay, next thing we're going to do is we're going to take this cover off here because that's where our electrical wiring is coming into. So we're going to disconnect the wiring in here. And this is our other fitting right here that we're going to take off. You will lose a little bit of water here, so make sure you have a bucket to catch the water. All right, so let's take this cover off right here. Okay. Now, as I said, we know we have the power supply turned off. But if you're not sure, you get yourself a non-contact tester like this and just come to the wires like that. If it was live, this would be beeping like crazy, but it's not, so we're in good shape. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to pull these wires out so we can gain access to the ends of it. And then we'll unscrew these wire nuts. Remember, when you put it back together, white to white, black to black, and of course the ground will be grounded to the unit itself. Next, we're going to come in here. We're going to disconnect our water supply line right there. Should be 5/8. That's the nut that we're going to be taking off right there. And we're going to remove it. We're going to let it drain into that little bucket down below. We're going to disconnect that black hose right there. So we're going to get in there with a screwdriver, loosen it up. We're going to have our bucket down underneath the bottom to catch the water, because I know that's going to leak. So let's do that. We're going to have our bucket down below, and we're just going to pull this off very slowly so that we can drain it into the bucket, hopefully. We're going to let this drain out just a little bit. Once it stops draining, we're going to remove the dishwasher. And you see right here these Phillips head screws, that one and that one. We're going to remove it. When we've removed that, this dishwasher will be ready to come out. All right, so let's do that. We're going to take out one screw first. Now remember, when you take out these two screws here, this dishwasher is going to fall forward because the door being open, it's going to make this come out. So be prepared. And you can see how it just moved forward a little bit. Not a big deal, but just be prepared just in case. All right, next thing we're going to do, we're going to pull the dishwasher out, and we'll get this out of here, and we'll start the installation of the new one. Now we'll lift this up, and we'll pull it out just a little bit. Remember, don't ever yank it out. Just walk it out nice and slowly, see what it's caught on, and we can take it out very carefully so we don't do any further damage to anything. Okay, so that's it. Our dishwasher is now out. Let's get this out of here, put it outside out of our way, and we'll put the new dishwasher in, and we'll get that connected up. It's a good idea to get a replacement line or hose at the same time, because you don't want to use the old one and have it leak on you. All right, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to pull them out right through there. Remember, under here, we're going to take them out from here, and we're going to run the new lines through. And then we're going to clean this out, of course, and then we'll put a new dishwasher in. Have the dishwasher laying on its back on the floor here. We're going to come up underneath the bottom right here. We're going to remove this screw right here and this screw right here. I believe they're 5/16. We're going to take this off so we can take this panel right here off, which will give us the electrical connector inside here. So that we're going to do next. Underneath the bottom right here is where the hose connects onto, the dishwasher hose, which is right here. So we're going to put the hose on there. Also, once we take this off here, we're going to have the connection underneath the bottom right here for our hose where the inlet for the water is going to go. All right, so let's take these off here and we'll continue with that. And then we'll take this and we'll relocate this off to the side for now. Next, we're going to take this screw out right here. That's a 1/4 inch screw, just so you know. We're just going to take this, press this in, just so we can take this out of the way while we're working. Just like that. We'll put this down for now. We'll come back to that in just a minute. We're going to take our supply line. We screwed our end onto it already. It's not tight yet. We just got it caught on there temporarily. We're going to take this. We're going to route everything to the back of the machine. We're going to bring this up in here, just like this, and we'll screw it on by hand. Now, if it doesn't screw on easily, then you know you must have it cross-threaded, and you'll need to just reposition it. All right, so we're going to tighten it as tight as we can by hand. Once we have it as tight as we can get it by hand, we're going to tighten it about 1/4 to 1/2 of revolution. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. Okay, that's nice and tight. Next, we're going to come up underneath the bottom right here, and we're going to snug down this hose, the supply line right now. Okay, so that's nice and tight. Okay. All right, so our supply line is now connected. We're going to route that to the back and out to the back. We'll get to that in just a minute. Next, we're going to take our new discharge hose from the machine. The discharge hose, it tells you right on here. Somewhere on here it should. This is the sink end, and it tells you right on the unit itself, sink end. All right, so we are going to face this out the back of the machine as well, just so you know. Now, there's different clamps you can use. The clamps that they have are, just so you know, one is silver and one is red. The silver is the one that goes on here. Hose, we have our clamp on here temporarily like this. We're going to bring it down in here, put it onto its location where it's supposed to be. We take our pliers and squeeze the clamp and then push it on as far as it can go. Okay, and again we're going to route this out through the back of the machine as well. I am going to put the dishwasher back in the opening now, and we'll do this wiring a little later. I don't know if I'm going to be able to show it to you, but we'll see how it goes when we get it back in position. I'm going to put this back on right now just because we don't need it off any longer. And again, you just take this, push it back in here, push it, you'll hear it snap in, and now it's in place. So we take this, put it back in here, slide it down, and you'll feel that snap in as well. Okay? All right, let's we're going to leave this cover off here until we connect our wiring up. So let's put the dishwasher in and we'll continue. It's going to be a little difficult to film, so I'm just going to tell you what I'm going to do, and then I'm going to do it. I'm going to take that hose right there, the new one, and I'm going to take this new drain hose right here, and we're going to snake it back through there where it came out of. In that corner down there, we're going to snake it through there, and we're going to bring the hose around into here underneath the sink. All right, so that's what I'm going to do before I slide the dishwasher in. I'm going to need to do that. All right, so let me slide it in place, and I'll continue. Okay, so now that we have our lines run inside the cabinet right there, we push them around. We have a little bit of slack in here. We're going to go underneath here. We have both lines right here, but we're not going to connect them up yet. We're going to slide the dishwasher in. We're going to slide it in there, and we're going to pull the hoses there so we don't get any kinks in it. All right, so that's what we're going to do. So now that we're happy where the location of it is, of the dishwasher is we're just going to push it back a little bit until it's flush with the countertop right here. Nice and flush. It looks perfect. Next, we're just going to pull it out slightly so we can install our lock tabs that we're going to screw up to the countertop. So now we're just going to pull it out just a little bit so we can put those tabs on there. Main thing is we know that now that the hoses are not touching or causing a problem. So we just pull it out. We're going to take our lock like this. Now you can put it into either one of these two spots right here, and the same thing on this side here, but it goes in just like this. Okay, and then we'll take a pair of pliers and we'll just bend it up. Just like this to keep it from moving. Do the exact same thing on the other side right here. We're going to put it in the same exact location, just like that. And then we'll bend this up. Okay, and the lock tabs are now set. Now we can put this up underneath here, and we can put it in as far as we need to. Just slide it in nice and easy. Pull our hoses, make sure they're not kinking on us. Okay, let's go the rest of the way now. If we're in a little bit too far, of course you can just pull it back out. We want to make it even with the countertop itself. It's nice and even. And now at this point, you probably want to adjust your legs so that way the machine is even with the floor. And we're going to go underneath the bottom. We're going to turn those legs just till it's nice and even. Now if you had a level, you could put a level on it. Okay, what you would do is you take your level, just open up the door slightly and put the level on top just to make sure that it's completely level. And now I did adjust the leg on this side up a little bit, and now it's perfectly leveled. All right, so that's all set. We're going to close this all the way, make sure it's in a good location, which it is, even with the counter. We're going to grab the screws that came in the bag as well, and now we'll secure the dishwasher in its location. Same thing on the other one. Okay. We have our waste line connected back up to the sink itself. Next, we're going to take our supply line and we're going to screw that on. We're going to hold it on here and we're going to turn it on just by hand till it's nice and snug. You want to hold this line as straight as possible. Hold that line as straight as possible, and we'll just come in and we'll snug it down with our wrench. Okay, with our one hand we hold this line straight, and with the other one we tighten that down. So we're not going to go real tight, we're just going to snug it down because there's a rubber washer inside there. Alright, and that's all there is to it. So now our waste line is connected, our supply line is connected, and we put the extra hosing inside there. We just put it in there after the dishwasher was mounted in, and that's it. We're ready to put the water back on, and we'll connect up that bottom panel and we'll be all set. Okay, this is how we adjusted the legs underneath here with our adjustable wrench, just like that. So that way it's nice and even. We adjusted this one and we adjusted the one on the other side so that it's nice and even. Right here as well. Okay, so now that's nice and even. We're going to put our cover back on here, and we're going to finish this job up. Now let's put our drip pan back on after we connect up our electrical wiring right over here, which is going to be the black, the white, and of course the ground on here. Where are you? Okay. We're going to connect up our black, our white, and of course our ground wire is going to connect right on there. Now I won't be able to show this to you because it's actually in a really tight spot here, but that's what we're going to do. Okay, next we turn the water supply on, and we're just making sure that there's no leaks right here at all from these two right here. Alright, so now it looks like it's nice and dry. There's no leaks in here. We have, this is tight, everything is underneath here is tight. We're going to now put our panel back on the bottom here with our drip sensor plug back in. We're going to plug that back in on top right there, put that panel back on, and this job is done. Okay, now our drip tray is back in. Let's put our cover on here. We're going to put those two screws back in, here and here, and we'll finish it off. Okay, so that's it. Our cover is back on. One thing I forgot to film for you is that the waste tube itself, you need to bring it up to the top of the cabinet and secure it with a clamp to hold it up high so that the tube can actually drain out and it doesn't get that musty smell inside the unit itself. Alright, so as you can see, putting a dishwasher in is not that difficult. It's a little hard working underneath the bottom where you have limited space, but once you have everything all connected and we made sure it's not leaking, we put our panel back up underneath the bottom. We adjusted it down to the floor so it's a nice straight line across the floor. We made sure there's no leaks underneath the sink or underneath the dishwasher itself. We're going to go in now, we're going to turn on the fuse in the circuit breaker box, and we're going to run it through a test cycle just to make sure everything is okay. Alright, we're going to clean up our tools and then we're going to wrap this job up and we're on to the next one. Alright, as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.